Hello, my name is Akshay, and today I will be taking your GK class on economics. The topic for today is type of economies present. And before that, I'd like to give you a short introduction. So, the word economics comes from the Greek word of oikos, which means family. Hence, from this you can decipher that economics is a study of the man in the ordinary business of life. It inquires how he gets his income and how he uses it. Thus, it is on the side that the study of the wealth, and on the other hand, the study of a man. So it encompasses the wealth and the psychology of a man when he acquires the wealth. So there are many types of economies in the world. The four types we will study today is the capitalist economy, the socialist economy, the communist economy, and the mixed economy. A capitalist economy can be understood as an economic system wherein private or corporate ownership is encouraged. So there is no interference from the government in the economy. The only laws which work here are the basic laws of supply and demand. The main characteristic of this economy is that the competition regulates the market, meaning that there is a rivalry in supply or getting a service of goods. This means that there's no government regulation, which means that certain practices can be followed to which would not be allowed in different types of economies. For example, if pollution of the river increases my profits, the government will not step in this kind of case. The closest example to a capitalist economy we have is the United States of America, where the government applies the principle of limited governmentship, which means they do not try to interfere as much as possible in the working of corporate firms and companies. This is so they can expand and help grow themselves with limited regulation and laws which will limit their growth. But in reality, it still is not a capitalist economy. It is the closest version we have to a capitalist economy because the government does still pass laws to help the others and to help delete and like help um, regulate the corporate ownership. Then we have a socialist economy. In a socialist economy, there is a system wherein the methods of production are owned by the state, which are used to satisfy human needs instead of generating profits. Therefore, unlike the capitalist economy, here the main goal for everybody involved is not the maximization of profit. Rather, here the they only try to meet the ends by justifying the means, which means that they try their best as possible to make or to create or produce enough, which is enough for everyone within the state. And the means of production, what I mean by that is the capital, like the labor involved. For example, the machinery you need in a pencil factory, the rubber, the graphic, the building, the ground below, the electricity, everything here, which is called the capital, is owned by the government. Henceforth, it is called a social economy. This should be deciphered from a communist economy, which I will come to later. A communist economy differs from the socialist economy as in the working class here owns everything, and there's theoretically no rich or poor people. What that means is that everybody has the same amount of stake of ownership in a particular piece of land as the person beside him. So you do not own anything here. Everything and every single property there is divided between all the people present within this economy. Now, this does seem good theoretically, but practically we've seen that this type of economy has always failed due to low production because there is no incentive for me to produce more if I get the same amount still. And it also causes mass poverty due to a lot of corruption going on. Here, the working class owns everything. Russia, when it became the Soviet Union, declared itself as a communist economy. But then again, the Communist Party there took up all the means of production. Henceforth, it could be classified as a socialist economy because they owned all the means of production, not the working class economy. That was theoretically. And now we have a mixed economy. So, till date, there have been no such capitalist economies, perfect capitalist or perfect communist. There have only been mixed economies. In a mixed economy, there's a combination of the public sector and the private sector units. The government takes decisions for the public sector units, whereas the businessmen here take decisions for the private sector units. This can be seen in India. For example, the railway sector, that is under public. So the government takes decisions, even though it operates in heavy losses, the government still regulates it because it is something that is needed. In a capitalist economy, the railway system would not survive because of this heavy losses, and that does not maximize profit. Therefore, it would not be an endeavor taken by anyone in a capitalist economy. But here, the government takes up this onus because it is needed by the public, but there's nobody to pay for it. Again, a company like Reliance is a private unit which can be profitable, and therefore people are involved in it, where the government does not help them make decisions. And that is all. Thank you so much.